Oh, hey, Edgar. Oh, wow. I know. Oh, Edgar. Oh, that's the part of the song I really wanted to hear.
Oh.
But we can't let the song play right now because we have to get the show on the road. Nice steps, Edgar. I'm seeing your theater training working there.
Yes.
Your theater. What's that? What's that movement? What's that movement?
That's not just a mixture.
Yeah,
it's a mixture of
course.
both. You guys, I can't just do one. I'm that good. I always have to do like extra every single time. All right.
Goodness me. Welcome to Wake Up Nigeria. Now the sun is shining, the birds are chirping. We are here to inject that mega dose of contagious energy into your day.
That's right. Now today is a fresh start, a clean slate, and a fantastic opportunity to make sure that you have some magic starting your day and having a great day ahead of you.
It does feel like it's going to be a magical day, but you know, to start the day right, you need some coffee. Or a beverage, a warm beverage.
I don't take coffee.
You know, so tea.
Juice.
Yeah.
Juice,
wow.
please.
Warm juice.
Juice.
No.
Juice.
Okay,
Cold shield juice.
Well, whatever it is, we're going to be here helping you, help dance those blues away. And we have a wish that all your lines are falling in pleasant places.
Yes, that is sweet. That is sweet, by the way. Yeah, all your lines falling in pleasant places.
Yes, sir.
All right, I cannot wait for what we have today. I am sure that whatever you are, whatever you're doing, we hope that you're having a great day so far. You are ready and you're excited because we are excited.
We are.
We are super excited.
And we know, that we never miss a beat. Whether you are sweating it off in the gym, maybe getting the kids ready for school, maybe you're already in rush hour traffic. We get it. Don't worry. That's why we're here. We're here to cater to you and all your entertainment cravings.
Yes.
So my name is Titilayo Onyinson.
My name is Edgar Erika. Now you can catch us live anywhere in the world at tvcentertainment.tv. Don't miss a single moment with those guys.
GOTV channel 16, UHF channel 49, and of course, StarTimes 121.
Yeah, you can also follow us on social media like TVC Entertainment _ on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We're everywhere.
That hashtag, very important. Wake Up Nigeria.
Wake Up Nigeria on TVC. Join the conversation. Tell me what you guys think about the dance I just did, and tell me what you think about the amazing, beautiful TT right now.
Thank you.
Electrifying. Tell me she looks beautiful. 10 over 10 minus nothing.
Thank you so much. Now we have quite a bit coming your way. For a musical performance, we are going to be joined by London-born singer, songwriter Kada. Raised in Ghana, of Jamaican descent, her upbringing and had a huge influence on her and her desire to sing. It's going to be a really interesting fusion of R&B and pop. Can't wait for that to happen.
Picture saved on my cloud. Way too high 'cause I won't load. Don't show action, just go.
All right, on parenting, we're discussing easing back to school anxiety, helping children feel confident and secure with Aderonke Fasoro. I can't wait to have this one because, I have a neighbor that has a child who has always been crying. Child doesn't want to resume.
He doesn't want to go back to school.
But he just wants more food.
But you have to find out that reason why the child doesn't want to go back to school. You need to clarify. There's always a list of reasons. Maybe the top 3 are not as serious as the bottom 2.
All right, true.
But we have another conversation coming your way. We have Hussein Bello, also known as Hube, now creative professional known for his work as a filmmaker, editor, cinematographer, and photographer. He's worked on a wide range of projects, including films, TV shows, documentaries, commercials, music videos, and so much more. That's going to be an interesting conversation you do not want to miss.
Wow, that is huge. That is huge.
Wow.
Okay, so the problem is when the music is out, I can't really sing the song like that. I just sing. I sing better with the music on.
Though. How can you not sing? So you know that song. You know what?
Let's not talk about it.
You want? Let's play it again. Yeah, that's it. Oh.
Just listen. Look at my face.
Yes.
The emotion. Like it rains. Like the sun come out. Let's the stars shine.
Really?
Yes, no.
All right, guys.
The
all
chorus
right.
is just classic.
Yeah, it is. All right, please do not go
At
anywhere,
this
guys.
point,
Yep.
let's take the weather.
We'll take the weather now. Good morning, Nigeria. My name is Erika Edgar, and this is the news. The National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, NILDS, says it will continue to place premium on academic excellence as it seeks to execute its role as the research hub of the Parliament. NILDS Director General made this known at the matriculation of 190 students for different legislative courses in its postgraduate programs. National Assembly correspondent Joke Adisa reports.
Years, NIS has been partnering with different accredited government institutions to empower more citizens with requisite knowledge in many shades of legislative practices. These are the 190 students for the 2024-2025 academic session in various diploma and master's degree courses. They are a product of the NILS and University of Benin collaboration. The schools underscore their zero tolerance to strife as they emphasize the need for academic excellence.
Through our tailored programs, such as the newly introduced Advanced Executive Education Program, NIS will also help to reduce the pressure on the Naira. Through its executive courses, that rivals those offered by global training institutions, thus helping to reduce pressure on our local currency. For international trainings, as such, programs will be held here in NILS.
The core objective of a legislative institute, such as NILS, is to consolidate and bring to the knowledge of all concerned the ideals of an egalitarian society.
Some of the students promise to abide by the rules and regulations of the schools as they run their different courses between the next 12 and 24 months.
I needed to know more about democracy. It's a global phenomenon now. Everybody is talking about democracy all over the world. Don't mind the fact that we have some countries in Africa that are going back to military rule.
I'm a legislative aide to a federal legislator. So this course, basically, my expectations are that it will build me up as a good legislative draftsman so that I can be able to give proper services to my boss.
My course actually is basically administration work in the parliament. So what parliament is all about and how they execute the laws and things there.
High points of the matriculation ceremony were the oath taken by the students and the symbolic signing of the school's register by selected students. Of the 190 students matriculated, 67 for Masters in Legislative Studies, 44 for Masters of Law and Legislative Drafting, and 22 for Masters in Parliamentary Administration. Joke Adisa, TVC News, Abuja.
At least 68 African migrants have been killed in a U.S. airstrike on a detention center in Houthi-controlled northwestern Yemen. Reports say another 47 migrants were injured, most of them critically, when the center in Sada province was bombed. A U.S. defense official said the U.S. Military Central Command was aware of the claims of civilian casualties. The strike came hours after Central Command announced its force had hit more than 800 targets since President Donald Trump ordered an intensification of the air campaign against the Houthis on 15th of March. The United States says the strikes has killed hundreds of Houthi fighters and numerous Houthi leaders, including senior officials overseeing missiles and drone programs. Houthi-run authorities have said the strikes have killed dozens of civilians, but they have reported few casualties among the group members. The migrant detention center in Saudi was reportedly holding 115 Africans when it was hit 4 times shortly before 5 a.m. local time on Monday, according to Al Misara. It's time for some sports news. On loan, Aston Villa forward Marcus Rashford may miss the rest of the season with a hamstring injury. The extent of the problem, which kept Rashford out of the FA Cup semi-final defeat by Crystal Palace, is still being assessed. The 27-year-old will focus on recovering in time for England's matches in June, a World Cup qualifier against Andorra and a friendly against Senegal. If he does not return before then, Rashford's final league appearance of the season would be against Tottenham on the 18th of next month because he is not eligible to play in Villa's final match of the campaign against Manchester United on the 25th of May. Premier League champions Liverpool will parade through the city on an open-top. All right, that is all that we can take for the news. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back. The show continues.
Morning, Marina Station and all the passengers. Efficient, it's comfortable.
This development will go a long way in reducing congestion and emission.
The trains are a long-term solution to Lagos traffic challenges.
This is where we take the final, decisions on policies, programs of government. I will have to ensure that, the narration of Lagos as a PLC is taken very, very seriously.
This is a major pedestrian bridge linking Oyinbo here to Apapa Road over there.
With this overpass, we are providing what we call permanent solutions.
This place is one of the most dangerous areas at the biosecurity environment.
This can go into the news and every crimes of your neighborhood.
Our goal is to remain as Africa's model megacity, to move our GDP from the 5-6 position to the 3rd position, and we believe it's achievable with all the commitments we have.
Explore the city of Lagos, where dreams are made and possibilities are endless. Amadedoja Salamadini, I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Entertainment will be an all-encompassing thing that interests you from different spheres or different forms of art. So it could be spoken word, it could be rap. Like my uncle used to say, my people go like enjoy it and give it its own respect. I guess in my mind, entertainment is just a broad spectrum.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move weigh in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known, For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century, speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
The time has come to experience the power of faith, music, and praise. This is the Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. Tune in to catch the pulse-pounding beats and soul-stirring melodies that will elevate your faith and leave a lasting impact on your heart. The Max Urban Gospel Chart Show. Every Sunday from 10 a.m. exclusively on Max FM, where we count down the best 20 urban gospel hits from around the world. Get your praise on.
I'm Miriam Lunge. I'm a passionate environment advocate and a published author.
I am the founder of Celebration, a businesswoman, and a fashion icon.
I am a wealth coach and a real estate developer.
I am Amako Arakwe. I'm a corporate commercial lawyer and an entrepreneur.
Barkamu da warhaka. I am Ramatu Shehu Oyibo, an entrepreneur and a business coach.
I am the voice of an average Muslim woman, an Hijabite, and a lawyer.
I am a polymath and a serial entrepreneur.
I am Murayo Afolabi Brand, Managing Director, TVC Entertainment. I'm a media consultant, producer, and broadcaster.
The ladies of your view are made of women from different professions, tribes, cultures, and religion. Join us every Monday to Friday as we share our views on topical and social issues.
Hey, he's already testing me on my pronunciation skills. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning, TJ.
All right, so let's do the test now.
Okay.
Chef Quinton.
Quinton, present continuous.
Hey, it doesn't end.
Yes.
Aww. So what's the full name?
Alanu Quinton.
Alanu Quinton. A beautiful name there. Thank you, Chef, for joining us right here on Wake Up Nigeria.
Thank you so much.
Wow. Okay, so first of all, you look ready to throw down. You came prepared. You have super prepped everything, but let's let the audience know exactly what you're making.
So the inspiration came from the fact that we're entering into the rainy seasons.
Okay.
And I wanted to present to the viewers what they can prepare that will help them battle cold and also be feeling and also make them bright. You just brighten their day up.
Energy.
So this is an energy buster. So I decided to make a chicken noodle soup.
Chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup, chicken noodle soup with something on the side. I don't know that word. I don't know what it was on the side. Is it bread rolls or something on the side? I don't know. I need to go and brush up on my lyrics. But thank you so much for showing us this recipe.
No problem.
So a lot of people like, obviously, noodles.
Yes.
Noodles is a home favorite.
Yes.
Something that's almost always readily available. Then chicken, no brainer. But then the soup version of noodles is not something people think of as something you plan for. It just happens. There's just excess water in the pot. You know, so this is not that type of noodle soup, right?
No.
You're actually going for a broth.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the process. Okay. Let's talk about the ingredients first. Let's go over the ingredients. Talk to us. What do we have here?
So we have some onions here. Garlic, spring onions, aromatics. Any good dish starts with aromatics.
Fantastic.
And of course, we have our vegetables here. We have to eat healthy as much as possible. And then right here, we have carrots, we have zucchini, we have purple cabbage, some parsley for garnish, and also it has a flavor it adds to the dish. And then we have some Scotch bonnet and red chilies.
Red chilies.
Yes,
okay,
of course.
to give it some heat.
Heat.
All right. So, you know, a lot of rain, you know, there was a lot of rain yesterday. It got really chilly yesterday. And, you know, the kids are back at school now, meaning that it's possible they might develop the sniffles.
Yeah.
So soups like this?
Beautiful. Very beautiful for them. And when they are done with their noodles, they can always
Drink the soup. Let's do the ingredients one more time. Now, hopefully you have most of these at home already.
Yeah.
We have carrots, we have zucchini, we have purple cabbage, we have parsley, scotch bonnet, chili, of course chicken, chicken breast, yes?
Chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs.
Interesting choice because chicken thighs, the longer you cook, the moister it gets.
Interesting. Okay. Garlic here, onions, and of course spring onions. And of course the queen of the dish,
noodles.
The noodles. Okay, all right. So the normal process we think of when doing noodles is you boil water. You're not doing this?
No, I'm not.
All right, so how are we starting?
So we're going to start first by making our broth.
Okay.
So right here I have some stock.
Some stock. What sort of stock are we talking
So it's a chicken stock. So you have some chicken in your house, all the leftover from the carrots that you have. You just add them together and just make a very beautiful flavorful stock, which I'm going to
that's just chicken water.
Yes, that's just chicken
water.
But it's really flavorful.
Flavorful because you added carrots to it. You added, what else did you add to that?
I added some garlic, some rosemary, some thyme. If you don't have those are not necessary. But the basic thing you need in this is some onions, some garlic, some carrots, and celery, and you're good to go.
So we have a lot of these vegetables here as well. Are these going in now or later?
No, they're for garnish on top of it.
All right, fantastic.
That's keep them fresh.
So what do we do next?
So I'm going to chop up some onions and peppers to add to this.
Please go ahead. Let's get to work. It seems like we have quite a bit to do. On an average, people think of... please come and chop a little closer to this side. People assume that noodles is a fast dish. And it does feel like we're adding a lot of work to this usually very quick dish.
Yes, it's not a lot of work. I feel if you have a lot of prep done down, and this can be whipped up in less than, I'll say 15-20 minutes.
All right, okay. No problem. Because nobody really wants to add work to this noodle matter. But chef, you're bringing, in your world to say, you know, that's how it feels. But I have a feeling you have some tricks up your sleeve that we will enjoy today.
Trust me, thank you very much.
While you're chopping that onion, masterfully, I have to say.
Thank you.
Let's talk about that chicken.
Yes.
This chicken looks like it's been through a lot.
A lot.
What has happened to that chicken?
So I deboned it and seasoned it for today because the longer you season, the more it stays. So when did you do this marinade? About an hour before I came here. Okay, all right, fantastic. So let's talk about what is in the marinade. So we have some paprika, we have some red chili flakes, we have some chili powder, we have some onion powder, garlic powder, and that's basically everything you need for it. Onion powder, chili flakes, paprika, that gives it that color. I haven't heard you say anything about any chicken seasoning. Salt, black pepper, that's fine. Okay, so none of the commercial seasoning cubes? No, it's not necessary. Not necessary. Okay, fantastic. All right, so you just put those onions directly into the broth there. Yes. And now we're going for the garlic. I'm a big fan of garlic. I really like garlic. God's gift to us. It's very healthy. A lot of health benefits for garlic. And adding garlic to any dish just changes a lot about it. But something we see more commonly is frying onion and garlic. Yeah. But this time you're adding it straight to the broth. Yes, so it's a technique called braising. And what you do with braising is you slowly extract the flavors without scorching the ingredients. Interesting. Yes, so that's what we do. So scorching the ingredients is like what we all do in our house by frying it. Is that what you're trying to say? We wait for the oil to be hot, and then if we don't hear the oil sing when we throw the onions into it, we feel like, it's not hot enough. Yeah. So what that does is, if you scorch it, it gives a bitter aftertaste to the dish, and we don't want some bitterness in our dishes. Okay. So the way you're chopping this rodo is making me feel like running because I'm thinking pepper is going to splash in my eye. But no hesitations there. This is very similar to how you would make a pepper soup then? Yes. Okay. But without the pepper soup spice. I didn't want the stress of, it's like pepper soup noodle. It's just soup noodles. And
Okay.
we Nigerians like heat. Especially in this season that we're entering into, you want some heat in your body.
All right.
Yeah,
Okay, so for those of you who are just tuning in, we are making chicken noodle soup with Chef Keaton. And yeah, we have quite a list of ingredients here that he's already started working on. I'm already getting that aroma. It's already beginning to hit. But let me put this heat on for you. You do want it on, yes?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so the heat is coming on. Do you want it full heat or?
The full heat.
Full heat. Fantastic. Great. For those of you who have these ingredients at home, why not give it a try yourself? You have noodles at home? Of course you do. Find out if you can get some carrots, maybe if you don't even have zucchini, you might have cucumber.
Oh, yes.
You can do purple cabbage, parsley, of course, some chili peppers, spring onions, garlic, and of course the chicken. You might have some leftover chicken from that stew that you made on the weekend. You might want to add this to your dish as well. Just marinate it with some paprika, some pepper flakes, chili flakes, and of course garlic powder, and you are good to go. Thank you so much, Chef, showing us your amazing knife skills. Thank
Always
you.
keep your hands washed.
Yeah.
Wash your hands.
Go ahead. Go have a quick wash of your hands there. But at this point, we're going to be taking a quick break. There is still so much more coming your way on Wake Up Nigeria. Stay with us.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7. Okay, it's time for What's Up and About. Hey, Emin.
Hi, TT. How are you doing?
I'm fine.
Congratulations once again on your anniversary.
Oh,
yesterday.
thank you. Oh, you remember. Thank you so much.
Thank you. How old now?
13 years. 13 years.
Congratulations on your anniversary.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
13 years, yes?
Yes. Were you born then? Yeah.
13 years ago.
I'm just checking.
13 years ago.
I'm just joking.
Should I tell you things I was doing in the streets?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Wishing you an Oscar.
13 years ago.
What were you
Wishing
doing?
you an Oscar forever in love.
Amen. Oh,
Wishing you an Oscar forever in love.
Aspire, achieve together forever.
Yes,
right?
that's our thing.
People should stop You know, people should stop peppering us nowadays.
This
you
one
know.
is not an issue of peppering.
It's
You know how
peppering
life
now.
has peppered us that we are celebrating. Please. There's a reason why people mention these things. But, you know, well, hey, thank you so much, MM. I was going to ask a little bit about, you know, well, I was going to say 13 years ago, but not really 13 years ago. When you were in school, what sort of sports did you do? Did you do any sports, any athleticism?
Yes.
What did you do?
Football.
Football?
Yes.
Seriously?
Yes.
What
With those tiny legs.
Yeah. Wow. MM. Savagery, much?
Wow.
Chef Keaton is here, dicing away. Did you do any sports?
No. I was always in the home economics lab.
That's
that
what you
makes
did
sense.
there.
Yeah. It makes sense.
Yeah.
MMU, you did what? Javelin?
Oh, you know, come to think of it, I actually did javelin. Oh.
Yes, all those javelins that she throws
yeah,
at us
now
every
that you
morning.
mention it, yeah,
Yes.
I did throw a bit of javelin in school. And I think I would say that I was in the press club. I was very actively involved in the press club. So I really didn't, you know, I wasn't involved in so many physical activities in that regard, or sporting activities like you'd say. But I remember Saturday mornings, I would always go to the basketball court to actually watch the guys play basketball.
Watching them
play basketball.
Oh, nice.
Because they look good in shorts, right?
Yes.
Right. So now, even if you are not really
Because I'd always been into tall guys, so yeah.
Amen. Well, no matter your height, whether you are athletic or not, apparently there's a sport you can participate in.
Yes.
And in the spirit of, well, apparently this is in effort to give awareness to men's reproductive health.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't understand a lot about men's reproductive health. But did you know that there's actually a competition called sperm racing?
Well,
Chef Keaton, you didn't see that?
No, but it's actually the first of its kind.
Exactly.
It's the first of its kind. And it's actually an experiment.
Of course
to
it is.
test. So there were two racers who competed, who took part in this competition, right?
They were handpicked from
go ahead.
dozens of men, apparently.
Yeah. Based off of what, though? I wonder.
So the issue is people not being aware about the realities of men's reproductive health. This is actually really it, scientifically speaking. You can giggle all you want, but I actually went to do research.
Like, just go ahead. I'll tell you why I'm
Yeah,
giggling.
but I hear that it's also as a result of an alarming rate of men with low sperm counts.
Yeah, of course.
Right. So this was basically to also create awareness on the need for men to pay attention to their diets.
Exactly.
And, you know, their lifestyle, you know, so it's very important on, you know, what you're eating, your physical activities, you know, what are you doing to keep fit? What are you doing to also ensure that your emotional and mental health is, you know, is stable, is healthy.
Now you have amazing chefs like Chef Keaton that can, you know, even put together a nice chicken noodle soup with all the vegetables and all the vitamins there to make sure you're on point. But a lot of people are not really paying attention to their actual physical health.
Right.
So now this particular group actually developed a microscopic kit, a professional analysis kit. And apparently the racetrack is supposed to mimic a woman's reproductive system, even the shape of the racetrack. And they actually watched them under a microscope compete. And the results were amazing. You need to go online and see this. It was really interesting to see those
I would like to know
guys
what you
swim.
think, Chef. What do you think about that? Watching sperms, swim from one end to the other. And people are shouting, you go, no, he's about to win. You go.
I don't think it's a sport I would like to watch.
You'd be surprised. It was actually quite exciting. They
I
sold tickets. They got a whole
I think
stadium
we're all runners
full.
from I mean, we were racing. We all raced from our fathers. They always say this, that, oh, you have been winning from inside your father's lungs.
Wow, yeah.
You are the only sperm that got to be. Yeah, so...
Yeah. I think for me, I think the reason why the story is crazy is because it stated that they had to meet two students.
Yeah.
And then I'm just trying to think about the...
It wasn't just two. It was out of dozens
No,
of
like,
guys.
but they used like two guys donated their sperms. Now,
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of the story here. Like, imagine the dialogue.
Okay.
All right. with the guy who who meets them and says, "Hi, please, sorry, we need you guys to run." And they're like, "No, we don't run. We're tired. We can't run." And they're like, "No, not you. Your sperm."
To run a race.
Now, imagine how those two guys were watching the whole thing play out. And they're like, "Oh, is that my own? Is that you? Is that my? Oh, that's mine. That's mine." Like, what is the world turning into? The worst part is that this thing is owned by a 17-year-old. Like the guy that owns this whole thing is a 17-year-old guy.
Yeah.
17-year-old.
Of course.
Are you already thinking about sperm race?
Do you know how much money they
Exactly.
raised to make this happen?
See?
They made so much money on this.
Oh,
they
so
sold
I do
tickets.
that
People were
17.
flying into town to come and see this.
And those are people, just to be honest, I've met a lot of young people, and I would say that very few of them I'm very amazed at their level of creativity and intelligence and their enthusiasm, their zeal, their passion in changing the world, and with what they're doing, no matter how little it is. And for example, with the COVID,
I don't see it too. How are they changing the world?
I'll say this is
how are they changing the world?
I'll say this is an initiative.
What useless initiative?
As much as it was entertaining, it was also bringing to
so now
enlightenment.
So are you saying there are certain men that did not know before that was how the sperm?
They didn't know.
They don't know how sperm is to move.
No.
Wow.
They didn't know.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're just hearing for the first time that men used to think that it was Bluetooth.
No.
That for some reason we just hold the woman's hand and then the sperm will just enter from the hand. Then pim pim connects. And then
you know
come
what?
on.
You know what? So it was even more enlightening the shape of the
made
racetrack.
money now.
The racetrack itself, to show the work that actually goes into getting there, to making sure that.
But you know what? I really
that
was
hoping. It cannot happen in Nigeria. It cannot happen in Nigeria.
I was really hoping to see the female egg at the end of the finish line.
I was asking what I was about
to
ask.
I would really like to see that genetic compatibility happen at the end of the race.
Performers, T.Y. Dollar Sign performed at this event. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? It's like, you know what? Let people go and check it out.
One day, we would actually spend 9 months watching a baby grow. From inside the would spend time and everybody would say it's something.
Yeah, because
it is a miracle.
It is nothing. Forget miracle. Forget all miracle. What is miracle there?
Anyway, still talking about events that happened over the weekend.
Yeah.
The Headies.
Yeah, of course.
2025 was over the weekend. Congratulations to all the award winners.
Black.
The theme for the event was back to base, and we saw quite a number of stars come out to shine.
So
if you like PT, this boy, every day in our billing on the software decoy, man.
Are you done?
Odumodu Black.
Are you done?
For
it was actually very interesting that Davido had to present that particular award. But he decided to give it to his mother, Odumodu Black's mother, instead of Odumodu Black. I thought that was very, very significant because she is working for that guy really, and all her efforts.
But it's
coming to fruition. With that
now
award.
that you even mentioned it, I would say that it was. I think one of the highlights for the evening for me was watching. Some of the mothers, some of their mothers, celebrate the nights with them. It was beautiful. I saw Aya Star's mom, Tem's mom, Odumodu Black's mom. A couple of them came out with their mothers, and some of them are also acting as their managers as well. So it was such a beautiful time, in the history of music to actually see women that made these people.
But what happened to their fathers?
Wow, really?
Yes.
What a question.
That's a very interesting point,
Very
really.
question, but it was him that asked, it wasn't me. It was him.
To be honest, but that's actually true. What happens
to their
why don't they
fathers?
always go out with their fathers?
Talking about fathers.
Don Jazzy is always with his dad, I guess. From time to time.
So talking about fathers, Mohbad also got an award, a posthumous award for Best Street Hop Artist Award.
Imole.
For
Imole. The street lives on. Imole.
Wow. Edgar, just calm down.
People are not happy for Mohbad.
Calm down.
Yeah. So his wife and son actually collected the award for the family. That was beautiful to see as well. And special congratulations to Casey He won the Special Recognition Award.
Of course.
And I think he truly, truly deserves it. Oh, yeah, Limpopo. Everybody, Limpopo.
He does have some timeless pieces.
Yeah, I think it was.
And then also, Davido won Artist of the Year as well. That's interesting.
A big shout out to...
Although there's also some controversial issues that happened at the Headies, though.
Oh, okay.
For example, when Odumodu Black was giving his speech, although people are saying it was because it was too long, he got to a point where he started to talk about Jesus, and they ended his speech at that point.
Yeah, but then
now,
again...
people were saying, some people are on the opinion that it was because his speech was getting too long. Some people are of the opinion that there's a conspiracy theory that once you go out and start talking about Jesus or any religious belief, you are not allowed to speak on certain things like that. I really don't know if that's true as well.
But then again, Odumodu Black were winning next rated category.
Well, don't give that face. Don't give that face.
Well, there's now next rated, and then there's
next rated plus.
No.
Who else deserves the award if not Odumodu Black?
I hear you on that. It's a conversation we can't continue now, I'm afraid, but we would love to continue it on social media. Use our hashtag WakeUpNigeria on TVC. All right, Chef, we're smelling it all happen. Smelling good. We'll be back with you soon.
You know that's some Declan Rice. Speaking of rice, okay. We rise by lifting others. let me leave it at that point.
All right, guys, we'll be back after this.
Shield your families from germs. When Dettol is a part of every household bucket, then you and your family can stay protected from up to 100 illness-causing germs.
Everyday use of Dettol keeps my loved ones protected.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but we want it tasty and easy too. Knorr Cubes, that's the secret. Made with real ingredients like chicken, parsley, and garlic, and enriched with iron, so your meals are better for you and more delicious too. That's the cocoa. Let's give it some accolades. Change your world by changing what's on your plate.
Entertainment is life. That bit of life that makes life bearable, that makes it fun. And I know that what I do contributes to that, because I tell my staff that we are not just designers, we are actually selling joy and happiness. So when we're able to put a smile on somebody's face from the dress they wear, make someone very confident because of what they wear, we've done our job, I'm sure. That's entertainment.
TVC Communications, Nigeria's leading independent broadcast company, has been officially designated as a great place to work. Over the past 3 years, we have transformed our workplace into one which is respectful, caring, rewarding, and provides great benefits to all our 500 employees. We thank our team for giving us the chance to show that partnership between employer and employee really works. TVC Communications, officially designated as a great place to work, and now the only broadcasting and media company, not just in Nigeria, but throughout continental Africa, to be fully certified. TVC Communications, a great Nigerian company, a great Nigerian place to work.
Thanks for staying with us. We are about to delve into a very interesting conversation, and It's quite ironic because this morning I was talking about how user experience has become very easy and accessible to everyone when it comes to, you know, the ease of doing business, of running businesses in Nigeria. We have with us Emmanuel Agbo as a product and user experience designer. His interest lies in how people experience digital products and how they use them every day. His approach combines design, behavioral science, and accessibility to figure out what actually works for real people. How are you doing this morning, Emmanuel?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for having me this morning.
All right.
How are you doing?
Great. UX design, product UX design is actually not a term that most of us are very familiar with. So kindly, you know, just just briefly, explain to us what it means to be a product UX designer.
Okay, so UX design, as the name implies, it's all about creating products, especially digital products. It can be websites, it can be application or devices, so that are not only easy to use, but solves problems, user needs problems, products that are efficient for the people, for businesses, for organizations. So it's about understanding how users think, how they behave and interact with technology. So at its core, UX design focuses on making sure that people can navigate through different products without being confused, overwhelmed, or frustrated about the product. So the main purpose or the main target of user experience design is to make sure that the system and the products you are putting out there for the users actually meets their needs and it attends to user needs and user goals. Okay.
I mean, we've seen quite a number of products, digital products spring up, you know, lately. And in terms of accessibility and the technicalities, they're quite not user-friendly, right? Now, as a new user who's being introduced to this service, what's the easiest way to sort of reach out in terms of feedback to these products and letting them know that, okay, this is not easy? Because I mean, it also helps. It doesn't help if I'm not, if you know, I'm not being able to have easy access to using your product or to getting the access to the product that I need.
Yeah, that's a very good question. So in terms of products, so there's what we call research and usability testing.
Okay.
So before we have a product out there, product needs to go through a series of kind of phases. So there's what we call also design thinking process, which starts from empathize, which is the first phase of design thinking process, whereby you get to understand the problem, your users, their frustrations. You don't just design product based on assumption of what you think is good for the users. No, you get to talk to the users to understand what they actually need, to understand if the product you're putting out there is solving a problem that they actually need to be solved. So you make sure that your product is very easy and accessible based on user feedback. So during empathize phase, we use two different methods to kind of understand users. We use the qualitative and the quantitative research approach, which is very, very vital. So the quantitative is all about gathering data using surveys and other medium, while the qualitative is when you dive deep into interviews, focus groups, to understand user behaviors, pattern, and all that. So to make sure that your product is accessible and easy for users, you need to kind of interact with the real users, actual users. So you do not design based on assumption. So in user experience design, you must interact with users, you must find out user pain points, you must find out what they need, and you must make sure that the world and the technology atmosphere is ready for the product you're putting out there.
Let's talk about, I mean, we're in the advent of AI, and let's look at the role of AI and how it's being used and being incorporated into product and user experience design.
Yeah, AI. Yes, thank you for that question. The technology space is filled a little bit AI conversation.
Right.
So in user experience design, AI plays a very huge role in helping designing and making products more user-friendly, whether it's through personalizing experiences, predicting user needs, or even simplify tasks. So AI is becoming an essential tool to improve how we design products and ensure that user experience is top-notch. So for example, we all use the Google Map every day.
Right.
So the Google Map, it's not just about giving you or taking you from point A to point B in terms of direction. So it actually understands what's happening around you, like the traffic, the current traffic, the accidents, and even how you usually like to drive. So over time, it learns your habits and suggests routes that fit you better. Okay, that is AI in action. Yeah, it's not just following instruction, it's learning from you and making the whole experience smoother and personal. Just like another example, the Apple Watch we also use. So
Right.
Apple Watch dictates when you have abnormal heart rates.
Mm-hmm.
And it also tells you that you've sat down for too long, that you need to stand up for 30 minutes or 20 minutes and walk around. So that is AI in action, understanding patterns, understanding human behavior, making sure that it personalizes experience that fits into every user. So AI is really shaping the world. AI is shaping the design atmosphere, and AI is helping designers speed up their design process.
Fantastic. Now let's look at Nigeria, right, and how that space, that industry, that is the UX design industry, how it is evolving. What do we expect to change, or what should we expect in the next couple of years when it comes to product and user experience design?
So in Nigerian business atmosphere, I would say it's good seeing that we are adopting a very good design system. So in the last few years, businesses don't just care about users. They don't care about the digital space. What they do is kind of build websites without going into user needs. So the business space currently is growing, and they're adopting a very good UX design standard, which is very, very impressive and very, very good. So businesses are employing designers, not just designers, they're employing researchers to help them understand user needs, because user needs, when you meet user needs, you meet business expectations. So it's all about kind of having a KPI for your business, making sure that your user need aligns with business goals, and that way you meet the KPIs. And when you meet that KPI, you generate more returns, more revenues for your business, and you sell more products out there to the users.
It's interesting that you'd say that, because I am a business owner, and it's sometimes it can be difficult navigating through the business atmosphere here in Nigeria. And I remember I tried using the services of a website designer sometime last year. And one of the challenges was the user experience wasn't seamless at all. And now I am in between, should I continue with the website or not? Also, other than accessibility, affordability, because when they hear product designers, everybody runs away because the money is quite a lot. So how can we make, because if we are, encouraging business owners, to, employ the use of, product user experience design, how can you make it easier for businesses to be able to, use your services at an affordable rate?
So yeah, that's a very good question. I would say, guess what we say in UX design, we say it is more expensive to retain customers than to get new ones. So would you rather spend $2,000 on your digital platform and you don't meet the goals and your business fails, or you rather spend more in order to make sure you achieve the purpose of the goal? So before you go into business, you have targets, you have plans, you have audience. So all this, it is the work of the designer to go into the market to research. So we do what we call competitors analysis. So the design work is not all about fixing shapes and colors. No, there are a lot that goes into design process. There's a lot that designers put, like sleepless nights, ideation, brainstorming, like a lot of iteration, usability testing, trying to make sure that businesses, they meet their goals. And the designers have been trying so hard to make sure that they help businesses grow, but some companies, obviously, they don't like paying designers very well. So the world is changing, and we need to adapt to the changes. Yeah, businesses need to understand that it's not about what you're trying to offer the designer. It's about the value of the market, what the designer is worth, and what is the expectation that you want for your business. So if you want to grow your business, if you want to kind of meet your expectation, if you want to reach a very wide audience, it requires that capital, it requires that strength, and it requires that very good designer to go into the market to understand these trends. So it's just like going to the hospital, or going to the pharmacy to buy a drug. You don't go pricing, telling them to reduce the price of medication. It's like a fixed price. So it's something that is very, very vital, both for you, for your health, and for your business.
Well, if you're looking at the order of priorities, I don't think a product user experience designer is on the top of that list of a lot of business owners in Nigeria. But thank you so much for bringing, this knowledge to the fore. And then I'm hoping, I know that there are a lot of young people watching right now who are interested and who would want to grow in this area of product design. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us this morning, Emmanuel. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you for having me as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. And on that note, we'll take a quick break. The show continues shortly, people. Stay with us.
We don't like to.
Do you think you can outplay me in this game of wits and knowledge? Can you go 7 rounds without flinching? I meant answering 7 questions correctly. How well can you hold your liquor? If you're curious, then join us for the most exciting conversation and games with your favorite celebrities on 7 of 7.
Welcome to Pure Entertainment. What would you like to order from our menu today? We have the regular.
So let me go and look for my jam results.
My 280 was 320. I suppose don't be one
At this point, I contest my jam results.
I want to close the show. I can go. I can.
Okay, that's all we can take. Ejeki, close the show.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Love it. Please show us a show that plays good music for you in the morning. As you're just waking up, like you're just waking up to good music, good music, good music.
Do you know why I feel so emotional?
Why?
There is nothing as beautiful.
What?
As enjoying your own lyrics.
Oh.
Being sang back to. I wrote that song.
Oh, really?
I wrote that song.
Really? How much did you make from the song when you sold it to Olamide?
So the one I wrote, he didn't use it.
Oh.
That one is also, it's very similar to my song. Do you know what I'm saying?
Oh, goodness me.
I think
Chef Kito is wondering which Olamide you're talking about, Chef Kito is looking baffled.
I'm wondering. Olamide.
There are so many other Olamides. It's not that one. Not Badu. It's not Badu.
I missed the memo.
It's not Badu. There are so many other Olamides. It's not that one that you know.
I think it's time they started putting off Edgar's mic.
Yeah, once in a while.
It is that putting it off. But hey guys, welcome back. It's your Wake Up Nigeria show. We are always thrilled to have you join us for this earring.
What happened to this? Your earring, you know, great.
It has been falling off.
Don't worry.
Your earring, no one earring. You know one earring.
Well,
yeah,
we're thrilled to have you join us. It's going to be another delicious serving of engaging conversations, mouth-watering recipes from our chef, and of course, lifestyles, tips, and all the good vibes you need. Yeah, everything you need to fire up your Tuesday.
Niger style.
We already started Niger style.
Yeah. So.
All right, now on this lovely Tuesday, choose to smile, choose to love, choose to help, choose to be kind, choose to be you. You know, choose to be Wake Up Nigeria.
Yes. We choose to bring you premium entertainment. Ready or not, here we come.
Ready or not, here I come. You can have. Hey, we're gonna find you.
I was waiting for that.
I that Busybody remix.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, guys. So let's move on to something more comforting. That is cooking. Of course, Chef Quinton.
Keaton. Yes.
It says present continuous.
Yes, present continuous. Present continuous Yoruba. It does not end.
It doesn't.
It doesn't end.
In that case, don't leave our kitchen once we are done with the chicken noodle soup. Right.
It doesn't end.
Yeah, it does. So it shouldn't end there. We should just move on to another recipe and then another recipe. But it smells absolutely delicious already. The aroma is filling the air. I can almost taste it from here.
Now, Wake Up Nigeria is something you can watch on the go. If you want to stream the show live, just visit our website. That's tvcentertainment.tv, or indeed YouTube. That's TVC Entertainment.
Right.
Yeah.
And of course, my name is Emem Kwache.
Who are you?
My name is Edgar Iraka.
And my name is Titilayo Oyinson. Now, GOTV channel 16, UHF channel 49, StarTimes channel 121. You can also keep the conversation going on social media with our handle. That's TVC Entertainment _.
Right, we're on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, X. Are we still on Threads? Not exactly
yes,
sure
we
anymore.
Are. We're threading.
We're threading.
Yes, we're threading.
We're still threading. Right, so use the hashtag Wake Up Nigeria on TVC to send in those comments, guys. Let's dive right into what we have in the second half of the show. Musical performance, Keda is finally here, and well, he's going to set the tone for a beautiful rendition this morning. Oh, it's a she.
Yeah, it's a she.
He's gonna set the tone.
Keda is a she.
Keda.
She looking good.
Keda.
Then on parenting this morning, we're going to be talking about easing back to school anxiety, helping children feel confident and secure. Now, I actually thought she was talking about the parents there, you know, back to school anxiety for parents, paying school fees. But no, we're talking about the kids feeling confident and secure this morning. As kids just resumed school this week, it's important to have someone like Adironke Fashiru talking to us about this. She's a relentless reader, and her passion for raising transformational leaders has led her to study this particular area intensely. We can't wait for that conversation soon.
All right, for a final conversation, we have Hussein Bello, also known as Hube. He is a creative professional known for his work as a filmmaker, editor, cinematographer, and photographer. Now, he has worked on a range of projects, including films, TV shows, documentaries, commercials, movies, music videos. This guy is super good. We're going to wait to interview this guy and just know what's happening the latest in his life. Woo, that's going to be super good.
Okay. Yeah.
I can't wait for that parenting conversation.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting
back to school anxiety. Because my children, those ones have not resumed though.
I don't understand. They didn't go back. They did. Oh wow. Okay, now that
because the public holiday is. Public holiday is on Thursday.
So you just decided
to wonder, like, I mean,
wow. Now I know the type of students
they'll still be a break. They will still go on break, and then go again on Friday.
Guys,
please, can they just resume next week?
The worst part the worst part here is that my children have also not resumed because I haven't given birth to children yet.
Not yet. Soon.
No, not yet. Very soon. We're working
but
on it.
Just start the race. One of those. Start the race. Start the race now.
I knew you guys would do that.
Well, we are racing over to the kitchen very soon to find out how the chicken noodle soup is going to be going.
And a musical performance by Kada very soon. You want to stand by for that one. We'll be right back. Let's check out the weather.
Weather now one night.
Have been looking forward to this. It's time for us to have a musical performance. We have Kada here. How you doing, darling?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
Welcome. Now this amazing musician here is joining us. She's London born. She's a singer-songwriter, and she was raised in Ghana and of Jamaican descent. That's an interesting combo right there.
Very.
If we're cooking in the kitchen, we'll think it's something spicy.
Spicy and sweet.
Oh,
a bit cold.
Ooh. Now she has a unique Afro-fusion, R&B, pop kind of thing going on. Now you've released quite a few singles highlighting these soulful tones, and of course your introduction to the world has been amazing. Talk to us about your music, briefly.
I mean, music is my escape. I really enjoy it, especially like combining all my cultures in one. And bringing out a unique sound that nobody has. It's really fun. And I'm loving the experience so far.
Well, I am looking forward to this performance. Talk to us about the song you're performing today.
It's my new single, which is coming out soon. It's called Collect.
Collect?
Yes.
Okay.
It's about basically revenge. But just saying that, like, if you do me bad, if you do me wrong, you're going to collect in the end.
All right. Well, hey, I have a feeling it's going to be an extra spicy one.
Yes.
We have Kida with Collect.
I don't tire, they do forgive and forget. Step out my toes, you gonna say I did back. I see how I am, baby, I don't be correct. You go collect. Stalking them, I watch how they pre them stalking. Ooh, I know they blame them. Ooh, a lot of pretense. So what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I attitude. I too rude, talk too much, nothing new. I don't tire, they do forgive and forget. Step on my toes, you gonna say I never. I see how I am, baby, I don't be correct. You go collect, collect, collect. You go collect, collect, collect. You go collect, 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 collect. You go. You don't really wanna see my bad side. No go even get there if you act right. Play with my emotions and it's on sight. Don't test, no mess with me. Only soft life that I'm welcoming. I don't give a fuck who I'm offending. Catching flights and healing. Sorry, oh, I don't tire, they do forgive and forget. Step on my toes, you gonna say I never. I see how I am, baby, I don't be correct. You go collect, collect, collect. You go collect, collect, collect. You go collect, 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 collect. You go.
We don't like to eat better, more nutritious meals, more veggies, but
Available by Davido featuring Musa Kids.
We also have today's chef special.
Yo, shine, 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 shiny, yeah. Say a recap done, and it's time for number 1 on the countdown. One of Nigeria's hottest artists right now, his name is Rema, and this one is called Charm. Kick it.
For dessert and a bit of nightcap, we have the nighttime and online specials.
I want to start the gym, yeah? But do you know one thing that's actually keeping me back? You should start the gym, though. You're getting fat. Cricket.
She says she does pole dancing to empower women.
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
That's what I'm saying. So pole dancer,
you're already almost naked.
You're already almost naked.
No, it's the empowerment for me.
Sex can make your relationship better.
No.
Sex can never be overrated.
It is needed.
Especially when it's good sex too.
Almost every guy has been with somebody's girlfriend.
But they are for all of us now.
That's why you're still single.
I will not agree or disagree with that because I don't want to get into trouble. I have a home to go to.
Your next question.
Oh, you ready to fail?
Who is the person you see? What is his name?
That woman.
Damn!
Yeah,
Today we'll go here.
Hey.
Let's get to it.
I'm sure we've been able to satisfy your cravings, yeah? Stay good. Entertainment for pure entertainment.
Now you can catch up with your favorite programs on TVC. Log on to www.youtube.com/TVC Entertainment. Join the fun.
Get ready to step into the heartbeat of your city like never before. Welcome to Events Diary, where every moment is a celebration. From the electric energy of Owambe extravaganza, to the richness of our culture, to the sophistication of corporate gatherings, Events Diary is your VIP pass to the hottest gatherings in Nigeria. And guess what? I'll be your guide, your style icon. Each week, join me as I transform from traditional chic to corporate sleek. Whether it's a birthday bash or a high-profile gala, you won't just see it. You'll feel like you're right there with me.
Passionate about raising transformational leaders, which also led her into further studies on character growth and finesse classes, where she acquired prerequisite knowledge in grooming and finishing classes for growing children. And when I heard about this particular topic, I said, oh, parents are going to be so excited because finally here's a topic that, you know, they can totally relate with. But then you say, no, it's for the children. Because whoever, I would like to think that children are usually excited about going back to school. Well, these children of this generation, because back then we were not excited about going back to school. As much as we wanted to escape home, but going back to school wasn't, you know, something that we were excited about. We're looking forward to. But hey, first off, let's understand the term back to school anxiety.
Okay. Thank you so much, and good morning, parents all over the world. Always a pleasure to be here.
Always a pleasure to have you.
Thank you. So back to school anxiety just refers to the tension, pressure that children experience whenever they hear that school is resuming. And I dare say not just parents, not just children, parents as well. This could be attributed to a number of factors. One of it could be the fact that the children will be separated. So I saw a particular research that talked about separation anxiety, and I was wondering why tag the anxiety, why modify the anxiety and put separation before it? But it's the reality. Children have to come to terms with the fact that in a few days they won't see their parents as often as they used to. So that puts them under pressure. Another one for older children.
Sorry, before you continue, is this not pertinent with kids at a certain age, especially in their younger years?
I would say separation anxiety should be for preschoolers and some of the low graders, but for secondary school children, there is anxiety, but anxiety that is tied to results. I mean, this is third term. Very soon they'll be giving prizes, and parents will be anxious to see that their children actually worked and came back with results to show. And you know, this whole system of giving first, second, third makes everybody believe the fourth and the last are all in the same category.
Right.
So there's already anxiety. I have 3 children. I have one in SS2, one in JS, and one 5-year-old. So I can tell you that their anxieties are different. For my oldest child, he wants to impress us, and then we say to him, being in school is not just about making us proud. There's a taste that success leaves in your mouth. There's a taste that comes to you when you see your name where you worked and maybe you have always prayed for, beyond just hoping. You know, there's some action that comes with it. So that's his own kind of anxiety. For my daughter, I think it's consistency, because she's at a stage where the end does not justify the means. The process is also important. So I would say it's not just for preschoolers, but some kind of pressure, but there are tips. Yeah, that's why we're here, right? To share the tips that can help parents help them and also help the children approach this differently.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that, I mean, how can parents first off identify this anxiety and help? What are the strategies to help manage this anxiety? Before you answer that question, there's something I'd like to share with you quickly. For my kids, right, they're quite younger, 7 and 5. I've not seen their report card for last term.
Really?
Yes. Why? Because I think it puts some kind of pressure on them. You know, because as much as I want them to do well, I know that they do well. I monitor their school work and their homework. I am a part of their homework.
You're involved.
Most of it, I'm very involved in it.
Intentional.
Right. But then there are a lot of intricacies regarding results at the end of every term. It's how I feel.
That's your personal view, right?
It's how I feel. So now that they've resumed, I will get their results and then I would, study it. But I am usually not, I don't know if maybe it's my own kind of anxiety.
I think you have anxiety too. It's anxiety you're trying to shield from them. But really, if you'd ask me, I'd say I'm going to differ a bit. Because one of the reasons why you have holidays so that you can bridge the gaps that were not covered during the term. I'd rather you pick the results and do not approach some of the weaknesses with, the kind of anxiety our parents did then. Why would you do this? But it just highlights a place. So I would say you've missed out on this holiday for possible improvement. Because sometimes some children learn one-on-one. So if you notice something that didn't happen in class, you might want to go over it again with your child. And what other time than the holiday where you have all the time? So let me also share an analogy. So I have a friend who took GC last year. When he told me about his result, I mean, to say the result was a lot of pressure. He said, I had an E, I had an F, I had a D, and then I had C's. So I said, what did your dad say? He said, I don't even know how to tell my dad. So fast forward to yesterday, I saw his dad. I said, did he tell you about his results? He said, yes. What did you say when you saw it? He said, I know that's not my son's result. I know how much effort my son has put into his learning. I see him wake up at night. I don't want him to fall ill because he reads so much. So I'm happy he felt that way, but I know that's not my son's result. I mean, just listening to him, I say, sir, yeah, you're not a Gen Z father, but this is kind of fathers Gen Z's need.
So I think that's how I also feel, right?
Okay.
Because, like I said, I am very involved in their schoolwork, right?
Okay.
I monitor the process.
Okay.
So sometimes I feel like when they're given certain, which of course they're excellent, they're A students, you know, so I think that also gives me some sort of rest. I'm not pressured. I'm not. I'm like, oh, okay. These babies are doing really well.
Okay.
And during the holiday, me allow them play. I used to do all that, bridging the gap. But please go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So I would say, just like the case of that man, it's not about not wanting to see. I think you should pick it up.
Okay.
And then your response to it will now determine if you are an anxious parent or not.
Okay.
So I like the fact that he saw it. He didn't have to say, let's not see the result. Because sometimes you might want to maximize time when you still have it. We don't always have time to fix these things.
Sure.
So I'd say to help parents, so let's address parents before we go to the
now,
children. Yeah, so to help parents address anxiety issues, number one is it's good to practice self-care. So I feel it's only an agile child that will give you a result.
Right.
So before resumption even happens, make sure your child is safe. Make sure your child can see clearly. So many children who have defects in their eyes, it's only when the thing has become bad that parents know. And then some other times it could be ear, and some other times it could even be attitude. So prioritize self-care. Get your child to be fit before the child resumes. So the child does not resume and is reacting to something you should have done during the holiday. Number two is practice open communication. So I think another love language should be time. I know attention is a love language, but time is a love language to children. So create time to know why your child is worried. Create time to see maybe your child is struggling with a friend, maybe your child is struggling with the environment. I mean, there's no sign from children that should be ignored. Every sign is a pointer to something. So create time to ask questions, prioritize open communication in your family. Let your children tell you, Mommy, this is how I feel about it, so you can give support where necessary. And very important, find time to go to school. Go to your children's school. Sometimes I feel schools are doing so much, but there are little gaps that they ignore. Right. For example, the playground. Is it safe? Some of the laboratories, are they really safe? Are those chemicals okay? And then for schools where they swim, have you gone to check where they change? Is it safe? So parents should go. And don't go to school to fight with your children's teacher. That's one pressure that parents introduce to their children. You fight and go, and then your child has to live with that pressure all through the term. Try to see that you align with the teacher. So for my youngest child, who's 6, I've been talking about Mrs. Joel. If Mrs. Joel can hear me, kudos to her. I've been talking about her, and my son just feels, I can't wait to see Miss Joel. I'm doing that intentionally to prepare his mind for school, so he doesn't get to school and say, oh, Miss Joel again, because it happens. So parents can help to build a conversation around school that make the children stay on their toes.
I see, talking about parents-teacher relationship, right?
Yes.
That dynamics is very tricky. Because you see, some parents feel that giving the teacher incentives would help to, would make the teacher focus more on the child's, education, their academic performance, and even sometimes would even influence their grading, because we see these things happen.
Yes.
And then some parents really could, I've paid the child's school fees.
Yeah, let's be objective.
Let's be objective.
Yeah.
I believe that, my child should be graded based on their performance, not based on my relationship with the teacher.
Yeah.
What would you say about this?
Okay, so I would say it works both ways.
Right.
I do not believe you need to tip a teacher just to favor your child. But I strongly advocate that you keep the relationship close, because the teachers are also human beings. They are not there to be bribed or to to be cajoled, but everybody responds to love. So maybe at a special event, birthday, anniversary, end of term, you might just want to say for doing this. Sometimes I even do for teachers who taught my children at the foundation. I remember some of the teachers who taught my children 4 or 5 years ago. So not just the current ones, but everybody responds to love. And because that teacher spends a lot of time with my child, it's important that the teacher is kind enough to model the right attitude, because there's a demon and a king in everybody.
Right.
Yeah, so it just depends on the one you're calling out to.
You know, there's I know we have to go, but quickly, there's a particular, I would like to also say that one of the things that also affects children's anxiety is when they have to change their teachers.
Yes.
Because I remember there was this particular teacher that my oldest loved so much. So when they changed her, when she moved to an older class, she wasn't happy about it, because she really had, you know, formed such a special bond with this teacher. And then, you know, it was a challenge for her to get accustomed to this new teacher. So I think that's also a funny dynamic. But this conversation, if we continue, we wouldn't finish. But I know that people, parents who are watching, you know, who have questions can always go to your social media handles, and then they can always, you know,
we'll be happy
send
to share
those questions to you. But thank you so much, Adironke. This has been a fantastic month with you, taking us through, you know, this parenting tips and helping us, you know, manage our relationships with our kids, with your school, and society at large. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You're always welcome. Thank you, TVC. Always a pleasure to be here.
We'll have you again in the nearest future. We'll go on a quick break now. The show continues, people. Stay with us.
Good morning, Marina Station and all the passengers.
From meetings to evening soirees, I'll be there. Or to the trendiest street festivals or to music concerts, Events Diary has something for everyone. So join me as we explore the vibrant tapestry of Nigerian scene, one event at a time.
Brand new studio, brand new set, a new face, but still your favorite breakfast show, Wake Up Nigeria.
It's a fresh new energy, new vibe. You smell that?
Now that's the smell of tasty, tantalizing food from our various chefs.
And when it comes to sports updates with insightful analysis, the place you want to be is Wake Up Nigeria.
That's right. Every second there's a fresh occurrence, and every minute there's a story to tell. Keep abreast of happening locally and internationally via the news updates of Wake Up Nigeria.
It's live camera fashion, where we strut, slay, and sashay, and keep you updated with all the latest fashion trends.
Level up your morning.
Watch Wake Up Nigeria, where every morning begins with a spark.
I live in Lagos, inside Lagos.
Welcome back. Now we've been with Chef Keaton throughout the show today. He's been even conversing with us on our conversations while making chicken noodle soup.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
Chef,
yes.
what are you doing now?
So now I'm straining the broth out because I need the broth alone, clean and clear.
Okay. So this broth has the garlic, the onions, the spring onions, the
Everything
carrots,
in it.
and it smells amazing.
Everything.
Love it, love it, love it.
Beautiful.
Now, what else did they miss while we were away?
So what I did for the noodles is I simmered it in the broth for about 2-3 minutes.
Okay. Chicken broth
yes,
with
the
carrots,
chicken,
onions, garlic.
Yes.
Okay.
For about 2-3 minutes.
I know there's something hidden under here.
Oh.
So we hid it there because of Edgar. We didn't want him to see that the chicken was done.
Edgar cannot see it.
Edgar should not see this. Please make sure. So cover it up. But we wanted to see how you came to this. You seared it. That's what you said.
Yes.
All right. So searing is like gentle frying, right?
Yes. Cooking on high heat.
Okay.
But low fat. So you can see there that I have a little bit of oil in it.
Just a little.
Yes, just a little. You don't want so much oil.
Okay.
So high heat, low fat, and you just cook that till it's done.
So this is chicken thigh,
Yes.
marinated with paprika, pepper,
Yes.
pepper flakes, yes?
Yes, chili flakes.
Chili flakes.
Yes.
And what else was on that marinade again?
We have some onion powder, some garlic powder,
Oh,
and even some salt and black pepper.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So what are we looking for with this chicken? What do we want to achieve with that chicken?
So a moist chicken, but crispy on the outside. So we're just going to slice that up and serve it on the plate. It's gonna
I'm
be
wondering how
beautiful.
your plating is going to be, because I can still see all these colorful vegetables.
Trust me.
You know, just talking to me here. Yeah. The carrots, we have
zucchini,
purple cabbage. You sliced the green onions here.
Yes.
What do they call this type of slicing?
So it's a julienne.
Julienne.
Yes.
Interesting. And then, of course, some hard-boiled eggs. So, before, we hid it from you, Edgar. Yes, you're aware now. We have to hand the reins over to Edgar while we finish this particular meal. Chef, thank you so much for all these aromas that are wafting through our corridors here today. All right, chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup and some pan-seared chicken are coming your way very, very soon. So now I have to say, this noodles it's not parboiled, it's actually fully cooked. Yes? All right. So you removed it from the broth, so that it doesn't get too soft?
Yes.
Or?
So it doesn't get too soft and it has a lot of bite to it. So
Okay. All right. You want to have bite in this soup.
Nobody likes soggy noodles, especially since it's in the soup too.
All right, well, we're seeing you work your magic right here. I'm trying to even step back a bit because it's getting a bit intimidating. But thank you so much, Chef Guiton, for showing us this recipe.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
We can't wait to see the finished plating right here on Wake Up Nigeria. It's going to be great with Chef Guiton. Edgar, it's all yours.
All right. You don't want me to see some things? I have seen it. I know it. And once I leave this place, I'm coming straight there to take it. All right, it's time for a final conversation. Now we have Hussein Bello, also known as Hube. He is a creative professional known for his works as a filmmaker, an editor, a cinematographer, a photographer, any other Now, he has worked, a wide range of projects, including films, TV shows, documentaries, commercials, music videos. This guy is huge. We have someone here in the studio with us, an amazing young man. How you doing now?
Good.
The guy.
Very good, man.
How are you doing?
Very good, very good.
You are a filmmaker, you're an actor, you're a producer, you're a songwriter. It's really a lot. How do you combine all this together?
As you mentioned actor now, I was not like, whoa, am I? But actually I have done some acting since, not a lot, but
yeah,
man, it's all good. It's all good,
By the way, you have an amazing voice. I don't know if you've ever been told.
Wow, look who's trying to flatter me.
No, to be honest, you really have an amazing voice.
Should I tell you a secret?
Yeah, tell me.
I don't like how I sound.
You don't like how you sound?
When I send voice notes, I don't like playing it back.
Okay, so whenever you're like chatting to someone and then you just send a voice note, once you say
I don't want to play it back.
You don't want to hear your own voice.
Exactly.
Oh, nice. All right, but tell me, you also are a producer, you are a filmmaker, documentary. How did all this start for you? Did you study theater arts, media arts, or what was the beginning for you?
Interestingly, filmmaking wasn't a go-to career for me, Growing up, we always have this forming career, doctor, lawyer, engineer, pilot. I wanted to be a doctor, a gynecologist to be specific, So, I even rejected some, what universities do, that they will give you another course. I don't want.
So it's not that one.
That's not exactly. So during the course of me trying to get the one I want, I got with a filmmaker, video director person, and I was just like, I think I want to do this, So after some years, production assistants and all that, I now went to film school.
To brush
up the knowledge.
What's film school?
There's one film school in Abuja, HD Film Academy.
Wow.
A very big one and all that. So that's where I took all I've learned on field, the theoretical parts, merged it together, and we've been trying our best ever since.
All right, let's talk about your documentary. I know you've been working on a documentary recently. You haven't released it yet, but just tell us about the title and what the documentary is about.
Right, Not Addressing This Anymore.
Not Addressing This Anymore. That's the title.
Yeah. But it will be...
Hold on, I need to take that in for a bit. Not addressing this anymore.
NATA for short.
Wow, that's awesome.
Right. And it will be interesting to know that it's actually a subject matter that needs addressing.
My people, I greet you plenty.
My name na Chika Okeke. My name na Uwi Balogun. My name na Damilola Banire. My name na Moyo Faraway.
Especially in the African, narrowing down to the Nigerian context. So when I was speaking with one of the people that's going through infertility, looking for fruit of the womb, you know, she was like, she's always tired when people ask her about life. She doesn't want to talk about it anymore. So it was like not addressing this anymore, you know.
Basically.
But it's a topic
you
that
need
to keep
always
talking
address.
About. Right.
So I'm just wondering here what the documentary covers, because this is a wide topic. Are you basically informing people that, you know, one, this is something to talk about, or are you also sharing experiences of people who successfully went through it and came out, you know, with children and all the rest? I want to understand the themes in the documentary.
So the thing about NATA was that the initial idea was to be a feature length. You know, the story of infertility, globally, Nigeria, it's broad. It's like a rabbit hole. You can keep digging, right? So eventually, I made it a short, right? So I focused on the problems, what causes it, you know, the psychological and emotional trauma it does, and then solutions of how different parts people toil to get this thing. I talked about the medical field, I spoke about the tradomedicinal part, and then I went to Oshun to film the procession of how people seek.
I was just going to ask. I was just going to ask that now. I mean, you probably had different interviews with different people. What was the craziest thing you heard that people do to get children? What's the craziest one you've ever heard?
So, well, in the documentary, I only used one woman, and she agreed on a case of anonymity, not to show her face. So I heard crazy stuff from her.
Wow.
You know, she said there was one time she went to. She didn't want to mention the place, but it was a popular ritual shrine then.
Okay.
She said she went to bed there, 12 a.m. at night. She says she has been to Cotonou, Abidjan.
Wow.
Looking for fruit of the womb, doing many, you know, eating concoction and stuff like that. And I felt like, wow. You know, she went to see, there's this thing called cryptic pregnancy. So these people dupe people that are desperate to have children.
Yes.
You know, they just give them some kind of stuff that makes them blow up. They think they are pregnant, and there's an arrangement with someone. It leads to baby factory. That's why I said this story is broad.
I was just going to talk about baby factory because I realized in recent time there are certain movies these days that are always focusing on things like baby factory, kidnap, and all the rest. And what do you think? I want to hear your opinion on that. Do you think this is a great idea for Nollywood to focus more on certain topics like this, or should we spend more time entertaining rather than giving topics like this?
Great question. You know, as I always say, people love reading books to get information. Traveling explores the mind. Filmmaking is also a very important tool that you can use to steer the society's mind to the right direction. So this is a great question you just threw at me, because not just documentary, because documentaries are usually realistic based, but movies, as we are talking about comedy films, and let us try and channel it to stuff that will also enlighten the minds of the people watching. So something like this that you just suggested is a great way. You know, let us find stories that.
But to also speak on the side of producers who are looking for money, who are looking for, you know, the bigger shows every December. They want to break the next box office with 1 billion, 2 billion. You know, once you tell them, oh, come and talk about a story that focuses on, you know, childbirth and all.
Who they watch that one?
Who they watch all those.
Exactly.
Give us something love, something comical.
Throw
you know,
parties in there and all that.
Exactly. But how do you as a producer turn the minds of people who are probably just watching right now? How do you tell them that, oh, yes, you can enjoy all those movies though, but it's also very important for you to understand, one, how you even operate as a human being. How do you do that in this kind of society?
Okay, let me give you a quick example. We had a private screening of this documentary just this last weekend, And a lady walked up to me. She's the Secretary General of one of the fertility association in Nigeria.
Yeah.
She said she told the person that told her to come to the event, like their rep, she said, convince me why I need to go to this show, why I need to go to this, tell me why I should go. And she was like, yo, I am happy I came.
Wow.
You know, I had so many feedback on the spot.
People saying they're excited they're doing this.
These are people that normally they would rather want to see entertaining stuff and all that. And they were like, you know, since then I've been getting, how can we do this? How can we take this? And, you know, these are things that I'm also working on in terms of how to push it out there. I'm not the first, I'm not going to be the last. There are many people doing and I wish it to continue.
All right, so how can we watch the documentary? I'm just wondering.
There's plan going on to put it on streaming platforms. So that's
like YouTube, Netflix?
I want to do more streaming platforms that people can watch it globally and also sort of, you know, generates funds that we can also channel it.
So what platform are you looking at?
You know, there's Showmax, Netflix.
Lovely. Lovely.
You know,
lovely. All right. Thank you so much
for that.
For having that is all that we can take at this time. But trust me, there is still a lot.
No,
you see that thing that they were hiding in the kitchen? That thing they were hiding in the kitchen. Two of us
Can I go find out? Because the aroma
the aroma is causing a little problem. All right. Let us move all the way to the kitchen, all right? The show continues. Let's go.
I think we should just take like a minute to think about it. Michael, what do you think? It seems a bit like it jumped out at me.
Yeah, I mean, I feel the same way as well.
I feel the same way, but I'm like, truth is, who makes all these musical rules?
Bez is like, it's somebody like his guitar skills are so unique.
Yeah, what up? My name is Bez, B-E-Z, we're in the building. I'm a musician out of Nigeria.
A lot has changed in your life since the last album.
Yeah.
So does it reflect in the music? I mean, you're a father now. You're a married man and everything. So how does it affect the way you?
Baby blue.
Well, I mean, my personality has changed.
Bez is an inspiration because we as musicians, live musicians especially, we know what it takes to put on a live show in this country.
I got a call from Bez. It was like, we are having a concert in December. It's going to be tagged Bez Live.
There are certain artists who, they don't make fans, they make evangelists. End up telling other people about it. You feel like it's your mission. Bez is one of those people.
That stupid song.
Yeah.
From the days where we were young, everybody sing along.
Let me hear you say, ooh.
We all went off.
It doesn't matter. We are not Bez. That's why we are not Bez. Is anybody on this set very Bez? But well done on that documentary. You put it together. What was it like?
Oh, interesting, because I thought together with him, you know, did some shows in Abuja, went to Port Harcourt together and stuff like that. So it was an amazing experience. It was just telling about the journey of when he did his second album.
Nice.
All right.
Oh, amazing.
From one creative to another. Look at this.
You know, this is an art of work.
Yes.
A work of art, rather. Like, even
so
the plating.
This is chicken noodle soup. And the soup is actually on the side.
Yep.
So that is it. Soup? So let's see if we can get the shot of him pouring the soup on.
You know, I thought it was like a
so
tea.
the soup is inside the jug there. I'm hoping we can get that. Yeah, so that is the soup.
So when you pour it in, is that supposed to cook the noodles?
The noodles is cooked.
The noodles is already cooked.
Yeah, I know. It's cooked. Okay.
It's just not.
I'm thinking all this Chinese Korean vibe. That's how they love it. Straight to eating.
Straight up.
Straight to eating. I thought it was stew.
You thought it was tea. All right, so please.
But talk about the presentation.
Amazing plating, you know. Wow. You know, if this was like those chef show, you'd be like, oh, okay, so you just went to the next round.
Well done.
Right.
And thank you so much, Hussein. Oh, yes, of course. Oh, great. All right, so while Hussein is, taking in all that flavor from our chicken, we have Kada Kida, rather. She will be wrapping us up with her rendition. Until tomorrow, you guys have a beautiful day ahead. Kida, over to you.
Yay!
Started off so good, still wasn't treating me like you should. I ignored all the red flags, now outfit put me right back up. I know they want more love. Then I go below full for you. Come on for my mind. If I get just I go rewind up. Baby, we have to just stop this. A toxic love that we're forcing. I don't have no time to waste. I'm throwing my love away. You got me tossing and turning. Dreaming of love I'm deserving. Draining all my energy. You're throwing my love away. Throwing my love away. 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 Yeah, yeah, yeah. Away. 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 Throwing my love away. You know me talk about what I want. I cannot keep you in the front of my mind. I can keep going with the flow, your bad mind. You're too bad, my bad mind. No go get way treating women like that. I love me too much to love you more than myself. Oh, I no go accept, oh, no. Baby, we have